Right hand by Klitschko. Big right hand lands again. Johnson having trouble fighting back.
Vladimir and Vitali dominated the heavyweight division for many years, setting one record after another.
Down goes Pulev on another left hook. That's it.
Today we will talk about one of the records set by the elder brother Vitali Klitschko. Thanks to this achievement, Vitali Klitschko not only entered the Guinness Book of Records for the first time, but even surpassed the results of Iron Mike Tyson.
Vitali Klitschko!
Vitali Klitschko was born on July 19, 1971 in the family of a military man, a descendant of an old Ukrainian Cossack family, a native of the Kiev region. Since childhood, Vitali was fond of various types of martial arts, but preferred kickboxing. 6 times became the world champion in kickboxing, 4 times among professionals and 2 times among amateurs. He had 35 fights in the kickboxing ring, 34 of which he won, 22 ahead of schedule. He also won the boxing championship of Ukraine 3 times. Became the winner and prize winner of various tournaments. After a successful career in amateur boxing with a record of 95 fights, 15 losses, 72 of which were knockouts, he moved to Germany, where, together with his brother Vladimir, he signed a contract with the Klaus-Peter Cole promotion company Universum Box Promotion and made his debut in the professional ring at the same time as his brother in November 1996. Vladimir's opponent was the Italian Fabian Meza with a record of 4-1-1. Vitali got about the same level American Tony Bradham. In his debut fight in the pro ring, Vitali acted in a sharp attacking manner. The fight took place mostly at medium distance. Bradham tried to defend himself at the expense of the body and go into close range, but it turned out frankly bad for him. He decently missed punches in the first round, at the end of which he was knocked down. But the referee believed that the fighter simply slipped.
We're seeing for the first time. Well, he says in the ring he is a puncher, and he's showing that to Kennedy. He says his best punch is the right hand, but he has shown good left hook in this match. Good combinations from both sides.
But already in the second round, Vitali's short blow to the body completely knocked the already depressed opponent off his feet. Tony fell to the canvas and did not get up for the count of 10. It was Vitali's first victory. 2 weeks later, in Austria, Vitali had a fight with Slovakian Samina. The fight was even shorter. A knockdown and then a knockout already in the first round. To win in his third fight, the Ukrainian needed 2 rounds and a series of 4 accurate power punches. The fourth fight was very short. Mike Ackley lasted only half a minute. Troy Roberts looked like a powerful, strong guy, a real athlete, but this did not affect the outcome of the battle. Crazy difference in technique between the fighters, and as a result Klitschko's victory in the second round. Calvin Jones was more than 20 kilograms heavier than Vitali. He spent 30 more fights in the professional ring. He fought Lennox Lewis and David Tua. But all this did not help him stay on his feet in the ring with the current mayor of Kiev for at least one full round. The fight with Derek Roddy is one of the most beautiful fights of the older Klitschko at this stage of his career. Two agile, tall, athletic guys decided to fight at a high pace. What came out of it, see for yourself. The American had a defiant face until the second round, until Vitali's right hand made firm contact with him, and then the ring floor. Jimmy Haynes was a guy with character, and after being knocked down in the first round, he was able to get up and continue fight, but it didn't last long. He was knocked out in the second round. The fight with Will Hinton developed according to a similar scenario. At first, the American almost fell outside the ring, but he got up and continued the fight. And then, having been on his knees, refused the fight. Gilberto Williamson was one of the most persistent. He returned to the fight 3 times after a knockdown. And lasted until the 6th round, but after the 4th knockdown, the referee stopped the fight. Delgado tried competing in skilled boxing, but by the 3rd round he looked more like a punching bag than a professional boxer. Anthony Willis was considered a fighter of the level that Vitali had yet met. And indeed, Anthony looked a little better than the Ukrainian's previous opponents. But after being knocked down several times. In the 5th round, he dropped to his knee again and decided not to get up again. Marcus Rode looked quite original. He even tried to attack a little at the beginning of the fight, but then missed a powerful blow and ended his great performance in the 2nd round. Bulgarian Belinsky had only 5 fights in the pro ring and won all of them. He also, like Vitali, won all his victories by knockout. From the start of the fight, he tried to break into close range and deliver his punches. But as a result, he missed many times more on the opposite courses. In the second round, he already had a hard time understanding where he was and what was happening here, and then he missed the blow, finding himself in the hardest knockdown, which turned into a knockout. Louis Monaco looked like a tough guy on the outside, but that didn't help him last more than 3 rounds. I think Levi Billups hardly likes to remember Vitali Klitschko. Still, having been in such a brutal knockout, you can lose your memory altogether. The fight with Julius Francis was scheduled as a 12-round encounter, but it did not go longer than the usual 2, although it could have gone even faster. Before the meeting with Vitali, Dickie Ryan had already managed to hold 49 fights, and 46 of which he won, and mostly he did it ahead of schedule. But in the fight with Vitali, he looked like all the other fighters, an average fighter who can still do something at the beginning of the fight, tries to get close, and then gradually misses blows methodically. Nevertheless, he spent almost 15 minutes in the same ring with Vitali Klitschko, which can be considered not such a bad result. The tall Cuban Jose Ribalta dragged the fight to the classic 2 rounds for Klitschko. Ricardo Kennedy was a nimble boxer but lost in the first round.
To the U.S. against a journeyman in Ricardo Kennedy, who comes in with 14 time.
Well, he says in the ring he is a puncher, and he's showing that to Kennedy. He says his best punch is the right hand, but he has shown good left hook in this match. Good combinations from both against Kennedy, who has had an
Run by Larry Donald down the round, just taking too many punches from Donald.
And he's taking a lot of punches from Klitschko. The mouthpiece comes flying out from Kennedy.
Oh, Klitschko here in round number 1. Oh! Kind of a reverse. Razor Rudder here tonight. Perfect.
Native walls did not help the German Mario Schießer in his fight with Vitali Klitschko. A typical knockout in the second round. This fight is notable for the fact that the winner received the belt of the European champion. And the Italian Francesco Spinelli was a little unlucky. The brothers decided to hold their debut fight in Ukraine and Kiev. That evening, Vladimir Klitschko sensationally lost to Ross Purity. After that, the angry Vitali entered the ring not to box, but simply to fight. He immediately went forward and finished the fight in the first round, powerfully. French champion Ismail Yula also failed to create any difficulties for Klitschko. In the second round, he missed a series of punches, after which he fell to the ropes. He got up, but he could not stand firmly on two legs. The path to the championship fight was completed. Herbie Hyde already held 4 defenses of his championship belt in his native London.
Pretenders for the big lead. Klitschko is first inside.
At first, he really looked good.
Well, typically here.
Is this his breakthrough night?
He even probably won the first round in his favor.
Again before Klitschko could find an answer. With Klitschko's power.
But in the second round, the Ukrainian managed to find the distance he needed, delivered a powerful series of blows, and sent Herbie to a knockdown.
Confidence is very hard. Now Klitschko gets him in the way and he's got Hyde down in the second round.
He got up and continued the fight, but after a few tens of seconds, he already was knocked out.
Do plenty to erode his confidence. Klitschko's looking for another one and finds it. Hitter, this man Mountain, whack. There were 2 of them. The second one, poleaxed him. Punch. The first knockdown he got up.
On October 9th of that year, Vitali held his 26th fight in the professional ring, winning early against Ed Mahone.
Da war die nicht angezählt und immer wieder. Du musst zurückschlagen. Auch du musst was tun. Sonst nehme ich dich raus. Es kommt wieder die Kombination. Er fällt wieder. Dieser Wagner Mann, wo die Battle bricht den Kampf ab. Der Kampf ist aus.
November 11th, 1999, the name of Vitali Klitschko was entered into the Guinness Book of Records as the first boxing world champion in the super heavyweight category who won by knockout 26 fights, spending the least number of rounds. I would like to emphasize that with this achievement, Vitali Klitschko surpassed even the results of Iron Mike.